Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm back with a haul video. This is just a random bunch of stuff. I tried to pull the cool or more unique things that I've picked up recently to show you. Some of the more common stuff that's already been listed is just already been put away. So, like I said before, the haul videos are always the hardest because I'm trying to list stuff so quick that some stuff never makes it to the haul video. It either sells or it's already in storage and it's too late. So, hopefully you guys will enjoy this. I felt like it was a pretty good mix of stuff. One thing is already sold here, which is really cool, and there's some just pretty unique items. So we'll start with the clothing. This is one of those Picasso jackets. I forgot what. There's another YouTube channel who was, there's something in this pocket. Some Kleenex. Boom. That's a keeper. Just kidding. Anywho, I didn't know that was there. But yeah, I bought this Picasso jacket. The brand Mighty. They have a couple different brands that actually I've seen make it, so I'm not sure about it, but it is an older jacket. You can see Picasso there, and you can tell by the style. No size tag. I think it's probably like a large, based on what I can tell here. I paid $5 for this at a garage sale. These can go for 30, upwards of 50, depending on, you know, who's looking and if you have the size and everything. Right, I haven't put the measurements in yet. I got it listed, but I got to get the measurements, and I think I listed it for like 50 or best offer. So I put it as a size large. I'll put the measurements in there just for confirmation, and then hopefully someone will pick it up and like it. I'd probably take a $35 offer on it just to get rid of it. I only paid $5. But I'd hope to get like 40, 45. So pretty cool there. Sorry for the mess over here. There's a big bin of minifigures and some paper. Here's a Nike Windbreaker. This was 50 cents at a garage sale with a bunch of other stuff. Paid 30 bucks in total. There's an extra large. I've sold this one with the big Nike logo on the front before. Not this color, but the same exact pullover. Nothing really special about it aside from the big logo on the front. But for 50 cents, I mean, I think I sold my last one for 40 bucks, which isn't too bad. But if I could get 30, 35, 40, we're all good there. Here's some hangers. So didn't pay anything for those because I already owned them. Don't worry about that. Right here, these are MBTs. Some of you might know about the brand. I sell a lot of I've been selling a lot of like the therapeutic or diabetic type walking shoes, the Skechers shape-ups, different stuff like that, the SAS shoes. This is another brand that can do well. You got to be careful because a lot of times this rubbery material here, it ends up kind of getting deteriorating, and if you like push on it or just kind of rub, it'll start flaking off. If that's the case, you don't want to bother with these shoes. I've seen it the most on MBTs. They're the ones that seem to get that issue the most. So these ones are a bit newer though. I hadn't seen this style before. They're only $5 at a garage sale. I think I forgot what the name of them is, what they are. They have a certain name for this style with like the little, whatever this pattern is here. I paid $5. I wouldn't be surprised if I get 35 or 40 shipped for them. So pretty good deal for shoes. We'll leave those there. Right here, these are a bunch of Komatsus. They're excavators, loaders, different kinds of construction type equipment. These are all shop manuals. I have 2 more of these. I have 2 Bobcat ones. I have 1 John Deere one. I have a parts manual for one of these, and I have somewhere I have a like a Caterpillar manual. I just can't find it, so I'm not sure what happened. I hope I didn't forget it at the guy sale that I bought it from, but there were a total of like 11 different things or something like that, and I got some stuff that wasn't really worth it, but I ended up paying $100 for everything, which is a lot, but some of these do really well. These ones, most of them have both the service manual, like the repair manual, and the parts manual. So I put a lot of them together in this binder, and then I should get anywhere from the low end 50 a piece to the high end maybe 150, 200. I think I got them listed around like 200 or best offer for the ones that are both the shop and the parts manual. And if I got an offer of 100, I definitely would take it. But worst case scenario, if all the manuals didn't really sell that well, if I could get 50 a piece, that still would, be at like $400 for my $100 investment if I sold the 8 that are pretty good. So, and that doesn't even count the Caterpillar one, which I can't find. So that one I think was worth 150 on its own. So hopefully they'll sell pretty well. Obviously the market is going to be slower. Not everybody owns hydraulic excavators. At least probably most of us don't. So And I don't know how old these are or how relevant they are, but this kind of construction manual stuff, if you find old John Deere tractors and different kind of stuff, if it's old manuals, especially really old stuff, take a look at it, because some of it can do really well, and Caterpillars do awesome if you can get their manuals. So that's $100. We'll see how we do. Here's some Oakley Cipher 4s. They're like a golf type shoe with nano spikes. These were part of a $90 lot of, came with a bunch of military stuff, all kinds of goodies, and some Warhammer cases. Paid $90 for all of it. These were thrown in there. These will probably get like 35 or 40. I didn't know Oakley made golf shoes, but yeah, they're called Cipher. You can see Cipher. These are the 4s, so they're pretty cool. Here's a Pet Safe in-ground fence. This is the box it came in. It was brand new. I've started to part it out. I sold the collar already, but the lady bought the wrong one, so she's returning it. So that was a bummer. It sold for $80. I should be able to get $80 again for it. Maybe at the worst case, like $65, $70, but I still think I can probably get the 80. She told me she didn't open it. It's all like tied together. She just realized she ordered the wrong one. So it happens. I'm not going to fault her. She seemed like a nice lady. So it's okay. We paid $25 for this whole system. We'll probably, like I said, get $65 minimum just for the collar. And then for the base unit, we'll probably get another $70, $75. You can actually make more money parting this thing out than selling it as a complete unit more times than not. So I parted it out. We'll do okay on that. That was an offer up buy. Here's a laser tag game kit. This is the old one. This came with that Nike jacket and that $30 buy. It is complete in here. It looks like it really wasn't ever used, but some of the styrofoam is like melted onto the sleeve that goes over the gun. I don't know if that's just from age sitting in here, or if it was actually taken out and played with, and then it was like moisture got to it. I don't know, but she said it was unused. I think it probably was used. The box is beat up and they put tape on it. Still, I think I'll probably get like $40 for it. It is complete. It does work. Pretty cool. So for the $30, that was awesome. Here's a Jurassic Park 96, I think. This is the puppet. It's a T-Rex puppet. This came in a big lot I spent $150 on at the storage unit guy. I sold the Respironics, if you've been following my channel, the Respironics Smart Monitor 2 for $150 and the case for another $25. That also came out of there. This little guy was in there. One of the reasons why I bought it. I should get $40 to $50 just for this puppet. So 90s Jurassic Park stuff does well. Here's some Doc Martens. These were at a Goodwill that I don't usually go to, but I was in the area, so I stopped in real quick. They're pretty nice. What they call wingtips, I think. Pretty good. There's some wear right there at the bottom, but overall, not too bad. Paid $10 for these. I still think I'm going to get like 40 plus on them, so that should be okay. Here is a wrestling belt. This came with the Jurassic Park stuff. These things do pretty well. If you find, there's the ones you want are like the, what is it, like the hardcore belt, or like the ones that are kind of the tag team ones. The world champion ones, the heavyweight champions don't do as well. It's usually like the other belts that are not as popular that do well, like the Continental Champion or whatever. This one was just, I just threw it in the pile. These are by Jack Specific from the early 2000s, I think 2002. Yeah, usually on these I'm getting anywhere from like 16 to maybe 30, 35 shipped, depending on which belt it is. They actually ship first class. I just wrap them in some bubble wrap and fold them over, and they just throw them in a poly mail. I've never had an issue. And a lot of times you can find these like at a garage sale, and they'll sell them for like $1 or $2. So it's worth picking up. They do sell well. Plus around Halloween, I've seen that kind of an uptick in sales too. Some kids will dress up like a wrestler and they'll have a belt. And if you find the real, like the replica belts that are like made of actual leather and stuff, those can go for huge money depending on which one you have. So pretty cool. Here's an OT Beat Orange Theory Fitness. This is like a chest heart rate monitor. Paid $5 for this at a garage sale. This should go for like at least $40, $45. It looks like it's brand new, but I listed it as used. Worst part about this sale, walked up there, saw some video game stuff. To the corner of my eye, see a Gameboy Advance Sp in the box, well, in a box. Walk over to the girl and I ask how much, and she goes, "Oh, let me ask my mom." And there's actually 2 Gameboy Advance Sps in there with some games. The mom comes back and says, "Oh, I just sold it for $10 to some lady who's not even here now, who had to run home to get money." So I was super depressed. My wife was with me. I just felt like we just barely missed it. We were like 10 minutes late, and that would have been $10 into probably 100 and something, easily, and I didn't even really look at all the games. There could have been some decent games in there, so was bummed out. Still got this and a Wii game, like for $2, that'll go for like 20 or something like that, so it was pretty, it was a Beyblade game. So overall, it was still cool, but bummed about the Game Boys. And I'm like, she didn't even have $10 on her. That's like, who doesn't have $10? You know, if you're at garage selling, you gotta have at least $10. I will say she probably wasn't a reseller though, because it probably was just someone passing by and she saw them and wanted them. So that made me feel a little better, because I'm like, what reseller doesn't have $10 on them to buy these Game Boys? So anywho, that's my rant. We'll move on. This is a Raptor hatchling. You can see the play code tag there. This is Jurassic Park. This also came in that Jurassic Park lot for the 150. I've already had 2 offers, one of 100 and one of 120 on this. It's to France, though, on a low feedback buyer. Not to say anything about international, but if it probably would have been $120 or $125 US offer, I probably would have taken it. But I'm not saying I'm scared of no feedbacks, but you know, I just hate dealing with returns if it goes there and they want a return on it. So I don't know. And the way they messaged me, I just wasn't really happy with the way. And maybe it's just a language barrier, but I wasn't really happy with the message they sent. So I declined the offer, saying I wanted to get more and I had just listed it. But honestly, I think I'll at least get 120 for this. It's brand new. There's some wear to the box, but overall it's pretty cool. So if you like Jurassic Park, I mean, who doesn't need this? We'll do this last because I don't really know what it is. I need help. This is a Bose CD player. The model is PM1. If you watch Thrift School, he's a pretty cool guy. He makes videos about thrift stores and Resell and Amazon. He had one of these too. His had the same issue mine does. It works, but the screen doesn't display properly. So it must be a reoccurring issue with these. This was thrown in that same lot with the Jurassic Park stuff. So I listed it for parts for like 25. I think he sold his for 20. I listed mine a little bit higher to see if I could get someone to grab it for 25. If not, we'll drop it down to 20. It'll still sell. So working to go for like 40. This already sold. This is the item that already sold. This is a Yugioh Duel Disc from 96, I think. Look out for these. There's 2 styles. There's this one. There's one that's a little more rounded. This one is the better one, I believe. It sold for $130 shipped. It does work, but one of the buttons jams, and I put that in the listing, and it still sold for $130 shipped. This also came out of the $30 laser tag lot, which ended up being just a really great deal. I bought a bunch of stuff for $30 at a moving sale on a Thursday. So pretty cool. It's got some scuffs and stuff like that, but still got $130. Look out for these. They're called Yugioh Duel Discs. So what you do, just if you're curious, like if you actually played Yu-Gi-Oh, you'd put your cards in here and your deck, and here all your Yu-Gi-Oh deck would be in here, and this calculates your hit points and stuff. So these light up. If you're a nerd, you'll know what this is. If not, you know, just look it up. But it does really well. You should remember that, because they're not super common, but most people at a garage sale are not going to think they're worth that much. And if you see someone with some Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something like that out, maybe look to see if something like this is there too. And then lastly, guys, 13 minutes, sorry it's so long. I got this at a thrift store. It says Fire and Ice New Year's 2000 Excalibur, which I'm thinking maybe it's the hotel. I don't know. I did a little research, and honestly, I couldn't really find anything about it. I don't think there's probably a ton of them out there, unless they were like a giveaway at the hotel, or maybe there's some kind of other Excalibur I'm not thinking about. But it's like this little glass piece. It says made in Korea on the bottom. It's a sticker. And it comes in this cool little case. It was $10 plus tax. Honestly, I have no idea what it's worth. I thought for sure if it is something that was given away, you know, 19 years ago or whatever it was, it's probably worth at least $10. It looks pretty cool, but I don't really know much about it. So if anyone knows, let me know. And we'll see. I listed it, I think, for auction or something at like $100 or $100, and we'll see what happens. So I don't know. It may sell. It may never sell. It may take the right person. But if you know anything about it, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. That's everything, guys. Like I said, most of this is already listed, I think. I think all of it is, actually. And only that sold so far. So hopefully the rest of it will sell pretty soon. You'll see it in the sales update video. If you have any questions, let me know. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And take care.